Welcome everyone to a Disciple Men podcast. My name is Antonio, and of course I got my guy Billy here. And we got a little something special for you all today. So we don't have the regular crew. We had to bring on two other individuals who have a background that has some depth in the conversation we're going to have. And I think you get a lot from this here. So let me bring everybody on. All right, so to my left over here, we have Sydney.
How's it going?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then right over here, we have Lamar.
How's it going, everybody?
All right, all right. So these gentlemen here are here to help us have a conversation about law and youth and the choices we make, where that can put you in places, and how we can make better decisions to make sure this world's better after us, okay? So with that being said, got a couple questions for you gentlemen. We'll kind of get those off. I want to get your perspectives, and we'll go from there, all right?
All right.
My man. So my first question is, from your perspectives, right? One enforcing the law and one having lived on the other side of it. What patterns do you see that lead young men into trouble early? And Lamar, let me get you started with that first, please.
I would say not being able to understand or control their emotions.
Okay.
You know,
There you go. Sydney, what you think about that, bro?
A lot of youth come from fatherless homes.
Okay.
So that play a big part too.
Gotcha. I will say this, man, from my own experience, half the problems I didn't have was because of my father.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared of nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Storms, I ain't want that smoke. Not at all. So if they said, I'm going to call your father, hey, I'm good.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all need me to do, I'm doing that now because I don't want no problems with that guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To this day, I'm 45, but still, I don't want those problems. What you think about that, Billy?
Yeah, man. Just what Sydney and Lamar said, man. For me, it's conflict resolution because not able to solve the problem, as was said earlier, is that everybody, in my opinion, what I've seen over the past several years is that young people tend to not want to talk about whatever it is that they're dealing with at that time, because most of the things that they're popping off about or this fight or altercation that can end up where somebody's dead or in jail or whatever the case is usually a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
That if they would have used those conflict resolution skills, which, and I'm sure have probably never been taught because, we mentioned the father in the home. They would have got that.
Yeah.
And so without that, they're just popping off. And a lot of times it's showing off.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to be the punk,
Yeah.
Well, it takes the bigger man to walk away, to say, hey, you know what, man, my bad, my fault. And even though it may not be your fault, you didn't cause that situation, but it takes the bigger man to stand up and say, you know what, man, my bad, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody wants to say that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that have been in some bad situations from a misunderstanding, or I gotta say, face in front of these people. So
Yeah.
I'm a crash out in front of you because I can't be no punk in front of everybody. I gotta show hard.
Yeah.
And now you got 20 years you do it because of that one decision.
Mm-hmm.
And it can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
I've got family who's been in jail, had to spend some time in there because of one split-second decision. They're out now, doing well. You see what I'm saying? But it was a tough road getting back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those one decisions. It's like in hindsight, you're like, man, this is so dumb. But in the moment, you're thinking, I got to make this move because this is my rep on the line. This is my name on the line. And if I run today, I'm going to run the rest of this time.
Yeah.
So I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so next question. Can each of you share a moment where you saw how quickly one decision, a fight, a traffic stop, or a bad influence changed someone's life, whether through an arrest or incarceration? And Sid, let me get you started on that one for me.
I'm going through that right now. Straight up. Yeah. But traffic stop
Mm-hmm.
got me in some for real situations right now. You know what I mean? But that was on accounts of me. You know what I mean? My lifestyle, how I was living at the time. So yeah, that can change a lot
Definitely.
quick. Things go left quick. You know what I mean? When you thinking everything sky high, skydiving, you know what I mean? You free falling, you know what I mean? You chilling, and it's over.
Yeah.
Right now, you know what I mean? I'm facing a lot of time right now. You know what I mean? Just on behalf of my lifestyle.
Right.
What I used to, how I used to live.
For sure.
I'm trying to change things.
Respect.
That's all
Respect.
right.
All right, Lamar, what you got on that, man?
I mean, let me say this. My grandfather always told me that if a man can't control his emotions, he can't control his future.
Okay, wait. Can't be
wisdom.
dropping bars like that, man.
Yeah.
Say it one more time in the public, man. Look him in the camera when you say it.
My
too.
grandfather always told me that if a man can't control his emotions, he can't control his future.
I like that.
So I think that's really, really key, and one of the keys, and very, very important that we must learn as soon and quick as we can.
Yeah.
You know?
I got you. Okay. Billy, what you
Absolutely.
think on that, man?
Yeah, man, that's spot on. What Sydney said, what Lamar said, man. As a father myself, and a grandfather now, that's one of the things that I would always teach my sons. And we all got different backgrounds. You mentioned your grandfather, man. That's my dude.
Mine too.
Because I didn't have a father in the home.
I never knew my father.
Wow.
And so.
Okay.
Why my mom and dad divorced. I was 4, but thank God that I had a grandfather. That man was solid. He was the rock of the family. But then I had uncles, my mom's brothers, and they were just like father figures. Even though they were cool, they taught me a lot of things, how to fish. I'm from down south, so we fish and we hunt and we build things, and, men, we got out and worked, but they taught me all of those things
Gotcha.
about the car, changing tires and all that. So I'm 13 years old and I can do all that stuff, and, but one thing, he taught me is that, control your emotions and things like that. Think things through. When things happen, think it through. Then I left there with all that knowledge of my grandfather, my uncles, went right into the military, 24 years. So it's nothing but discipline, especially when you become a leader. That's what you're doing. You're instilling discipline and pride in those young men and women that you're training.
Yeah.
And so therefore, my sons knew, son, if you get stopped on when you're out there, I used to teach them that. Now, maybe other cultures or the other hue, they probably didn't have to teach their kids that because there's a certain privilege come with that. But for those young men of color out there driving, 16, 17, my sons, that if you get pulled over, you just simply do what the cop asks you to do.
Yeah.
That's because your fight is not on the road, son. If you feel that you haven't done anything wrong, guess what? Just comply. Do what he say. You're good. Everything on the car is good. The license, registration, you're clean. So simply do what he or she asked you to do. And once we figure this thing out, you make it home safe. Call me if you need to, whatever the case. And we will figure it out. Do we need to appeal this? Or, well, son, that's good for you, because you shouldn't have been speeding. That's the type of dad I was.
I'm going to share this with you, right? I got 5 boys, right? My 5 boys have never been in a fight in their life.
Really?
Right.
That's awesome.
And the reason for that is they understand mental health,
Yes.
right? So I set my kids up, because I work in and around law enforcement, I set them up with a folder and everything in their car, in their vehicle. So if they ever get pulled over, everything is right there.
Right there.
Right? But the first thing they must do is understand who they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Right? Because we see law enforcement as authority figure, but they're still human.
Sure.
They have bad days, good days, and et cetera.
Like all of us.
Right. So
Tough job.
I tell my kids, if you notice anybody in law enforcement you're dealing with being overly aggressive, this is where you got to take control of the situation and be quiet. You know what I mean? Give him what he asked for, or she. do whatever makes them feel safe, and comply, because you're not going to win on the side of the road.
No.
Your fight is in the courtroom.
Yes,
That's where the fight has to happen for you.
I like that.
absolutely.
I like that, man. And I'll say even unlike your boys, I've been in several fights growing up in the day.
Okay.
And I remember my mother told me, "You don't get that attitude in check.
Mhm.
You know, people kill you over a card game,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and everybody don't fight. So
No.
just because you can fight, don't mean everybody gonna fight you because you can fight.
Right.
They may come with a weapon now. They may come with a gun, and then you're going to be dead. So then what?" And then she was like, "Well, you know that anger you got, that's actually a form of weakness. Because if somebody know the buttons to push, and they can immediately make you pop off, they're actually controlling you."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it was in that conversation, I was like, wait, that's looking weak, man. No, I can't let people know me that well where they can just push a button.
Right.
And it was true. Friend, family, foe. You say something about my mama, it's on.
Well,
Period.
Can I share something with you with that?
Sure, yeah.
Now, I speak to a couple law enforcement buddies of mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they're human too. They really are. And I get these individuals that get pulled over, and they're already having a bad day.
Sure.
And something's wrong with them, whatever the reason may be. We got to take them into custody. You know, they got to get taken into custody. And they end up saying vulgar things to the cop, right? And this upsets the cop,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
They say, like I had one guy say something about the cop's mother. His mother passed away,
Mm.
right? So I asked him, "Can I share something with you?" I said, "Can I share something with you?" I said, "I want you to think of in this manner, because I learned this from working in the prison.
Mhm.
When somebody says something about my mother, that's a red flag for me. That tells me that they're hurting, and they want some companionship, right? Because if they knew my mother, they would never say those things.
For sure.
So it doesn't bother me by them saying that. And these are things I taught my boys.
Mhm.
When you see people,
Yeah.
these red flags start popping up, these are your red flags to understand what your next move should be.
Yeah.
And be careful, be mindful, and make sure you be safe when you make these decisions. I mean, help who you can, but self-preservation is first.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Got to get home.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
teaching
Yeah.
them that psychological
along.
aspect that everybody's dealing with something.
Mhm.
You know,
They
just
are.
because that person is in that uniform, that
means
person,
nothing.
yeah, they're human.
Mm-hmm. What you got on that, Sydney?
Hey, I come from the opposite side. You know what I mean? So it's like I done seen the good, I done seen the bad.
Sure.
I really done seen it all. So it's like it's all about how you handle yourself in a situation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And I had to learn that in time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because I ran the streets a little bit younger, doing a couple of things, and I learned that that's not the life I wanted to live. But I saw that this can go bad quickly,
Quick.
and I know some friends who it ended up going bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And by the grace of God, I didn't, and I had the right people in my ear to kind of pull me out of some things and started making some better decisions. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like it seems like it goes so fast in the moment,
Yeah.
and you just doing what you think is needed for the next moment so you can get out of there.
Yeah.
And once everything slows down, you're looking at like, I had this option, I had that option, I could have did this. Why did I choose that option?
Wasn't thinking of that option at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't even make sense then. But now it's clear. But now you're sitting and chilling for a little bit, and it's like, but now I got nothing but time to think about it. You know?
Well, I would share with this. I always say that your attitude is the gatekeeper of your feelings.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can control your attitude in every situation, then you can control what feelings come out
Oh yeah.
and the time they come out. You know?
Absolutely.
Because every feeling has a purpose,
I like that.
right? So when I go to the gym, I'm the baddest rapper in the world. I really am. You know what I mean?
I
Because
think I work better with DMX personally.
Right, you know what I mean?
hear you.
It does something to me when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I tell the youth this all the time. But once I'm done, it's over with for me.
Yeah.
You know, I go to my gospel music and other things that help me with my mental.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we have to be mindful of the things that we allow around us, because whoever you are, however you are, we're creatures of habits,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
going to pick them up.
Yeah.
So the only thing you can control is what's around you, because you're going to pick up the habit.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And just to follow that with, you can pick up the good habits too.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I have some people who, and this is one thing that really stuck with me even still to this day. I had a buddy of mine named Malcolm when I was growing up. And Malcolm was a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Little class clown. Everybody liked Malcolm, you know what I'm saying? But what I noticed, just interacting with him over time, Malcolm didn't cuss. Like at all.
Okay.
Still cool with everybody. Still could joke with everybody. Still, you know, we snapped with each other back and forth with the jokes and everything, but never cuss. It's like, well, wait, why am I cussing then?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I could be cool like Malcolm too. And I just stopped.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. I couldn't say why I was cussing like that. I just, like everybody else around me was doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being like all the guys.
Preach your habit.
But
Preach
look
your
at this guy
habits.
over here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's just as cool as everybody else, but he don't.
No.
Well, let me just stop then. I don't really have a good reason to do it.
I got a homie like that
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Don't cuss. He'll say the letter, but he won't. He won't
Yeah.
cuss it. You know what I mean? The B word. F
I got
word,
you.
you know what I mean? He won't cuss. So.
I like that, man. And I think at the end of the day, you never notice how much influence you have over people around you
Yeah.
until you have these type of conversations. And then you like, man, you know, I got that from you.
Yeah.
I gleaned that from you. And
You know, a lot of people scared to tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you're being vulnerable in front of somebody. And it's like, well, now you just biting my style.
Yeah.
Nah, man, actually, I think you're dope. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And I rock what you wanted. That's why I'm trying to pick up that thing myself, you know?
A lot of men are
Absolutely.
scared to say that, though.
Yeah.
They really are.
I tell you what, man, I had to learn what was cool, what was weak, what was all these things. I may have picked it up one way and thought something as I got older and got a little more mature, and it's like, nah, I had it wrong.
Yeah.
I had it wrong. Yeah, big time, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just maturity, I guess.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you learn from
I
that.
told myself that a while back. I was like, everything I thought was cool really wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I was living for somebody else.
I see
You know
that.
what I mean? Like I'm doing things for everybody else. What's the word? Applaud. You know
Okay.
what I mean? For people to clap. You know what I mean? Like
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
it's just life. It's life. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You live and you learn.
I like it, man. I like it, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Let's go on to the next question, man. Many young men think certain charges won't follow them. What do you both wish young men understood about how early mistakes can affect jobs, relationships, and long-term opportunities?
Man, everything follow you.
Everything.
Everything follow you. Man.
Hey, man, say it one more time.
Man,
Say it to the camera for me.
Everything
follow
follows
you.
you.
Take it from me, bro. Everything follow you, bro. I got a jaywalking ticket from 2000 right now, still on my record. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like seriously,
Jay.
like a jaywalking ticket.
Man.
Wow.
Everything
Like,
follows you.
Everything's follow you. So, if
Oh
you-
yeah.
expunging, yeah, that's cool, but it still show up when the judge look at it. You know what I mean? It's still there. Like everything stay with you, man. Don't stop. All you can do is keep adding to it. That's it.
Respect.
I think when I was younger, before I got into law and all that stuff, one thing that taught me that told me that everything followed me is when I did my polygraph, and
Okay.
they asked you, are you on any dating sites? Because sometimes we do stuff on the internet and we think only we are gonna know about it, and that's it.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Everything follows you,
Yeah.
and everybody can find it. So
Yeah.
you just have to be mindful of what you do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. We live in a different world.
Yeah, we do.
Different
Yeah, we
time
do.
now.
As a matter of fact, they actually have people who job scouts. When you try and get a job,
Yeah.
they searching your social history, your social media
Yeah.
to say, what have you been doing? They going back 10, 15, 20 years. And that picture you took, you didn't think about way back then, they surfacing that stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And
Ask
you
the
wonder why you didn't
politicians.
get this job. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. I saw you wilding over here. You know what I'm saying?
You found a better candidate.
Exactly. We're going to go in a different direction.
I feel like
For the longest, I wasn't allowed to have social media because of my job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
get it.
It was just
Yeah.
one of those things. So,
And and my brother here know, I'm probably the oldest person on the panel today. I was born in the mid '60s, so I came up in a different generation. And not only that, but I was raised in the South, and it is a little different vibe that what I've experienced up here in the North, per se, or this Midwest. And back then, there was no social media. Life was so fun. Or any of that. And I talk to my brother here all the time about different stuff or whatever. And to this day, I don't have any social media.
We work on that, y'all.
My wife got it.
Right.
My wife loves it.
A little bit of a footprint,
all of my sons and daughter-in-laws, yeah. But old dad, no, he don't have no social media. I got my cell phone, and it can do anything I need it to do. I can contact them, whatever. But I just tend to kind of stay away from that because I know it was meant for good. But man's going to find a way to do bad things with it.
I agree.
And I just don't have the time. I feel like I'm just, I don't know, I'm too grown for that. To see
You ain't got to
grown
be on it
men
all day, man.
go back
There's
and forth,
boundaries you got to set up and everything.
going at each other and this and that. If I got a problem with any man, I'm going to talk to, I'm going to call him up. We're going to talk because I guarantee you, whatever animosity that he may feel toward me or whatever, I'm sure it's a misunderstanding.
Sure.
That it's something that he and I can sit down and talk about. We don't have to air this all over social media that we're going back and forth at each other because men will kill each other. That's a dangerous game.
It is.
And I'm not going to play that game. So.
Well, I mean, I grew up in the day, like you saying, back in the day.
Back in the day.
It was on site if you saw that. If this is the way you talking, all right? When I see you, it's on and popping. So I don't care what you're saying. If it get back to me, we gonna deal with this, you know? So it's like, I never understood the whole going back and forth on social media. I'm like, man, if it's really that deep, go see the guy about it. I don't need to know about your problem. I don't even know you. But why do everybody got to be having a conversation about your situation? If it's that deep, go see them about it.
Because when they put it out there,
they just want views.
Yeah.
Views,
Yeah.
Just views.
Because when you put it out there,
Internet
everybody is
does.
going to have an opinion about what you just said.
Yeah.
You know, opinions are just like, certain body parts. We all got one. So everybody's going to have an opinion.
Yeah, but
So-
see, this is the thing I want people to understand, all right? At the end of the day, there are some people that grew up the old way we did.
Yeah.
And it was like, now you said that, you're going to have to stand on that.
Yeah.
Okay? So I understand you did it for views. I don't play that way.
Right.
So don't play views with me because I'm going to see you a different way. Don't do that. And you don't know who that cat may be when you come across them. So it's like, it's best not to play that game.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Be real. That's not really you. You know what I'm saying? You don't really rock like that.
Right.
Stop acting like that because you may run across somebody who actually does live that life and it'd be a bad situation. And I don't want that for you.
Right.
You know? But there's been people who cross the wrong person thinking, oh, he's just quiet. I can say what I want to say to him. But you don't understand that person's quiet because he's dangerous.
They might flush you.
And
Absolutely.
do it with a smile on my face, okay? And it's like, you don't understand. He's actually holding himself back. I'm not walking away because I'm scared. I'm walking away because if I don't, it's going to be a problem for me.
Right.
And I don't want that. Matter of
Right.
fact, I don't want the problem to come back on me. So I'm trying to remove myself from a situation. You think I'm running because I'm scared. It's not that.
Right.
But I was like, you can't see that, right?
Yeah.
There's not a certain look. That's not a certain walk. Like, I get people who have had that background. You could see it on them.
Yeah.
But some people you can't.
Right.
And it's them quiet ones you got to worry about. Because it's like, there's not a lot of talking. If something goes down, we're going to handle that. And then it's like, it's over after that.
Right.
But now somebody could be dead. Somebody could be seriously hurt. Somebody could be in jail. And it's like, it's not worth it, man. There's so much life you can live after this.
And going back to that original thought of that question, these consequences of the actions and how this stuff follow you or whatever. And I really like what both the gentlemen said. And, I've been in the federal government since I've been an adult. And to be in the federal government, starting with the military, so I'm with the Department of Defense, you got to have pretty much a squeaky clean record.
Yeah.
And as you are go up the ladder in leadership, you rank, there are certain levels of clearances that you have to have
Yes.
because you're subject now to so much information.
Yep.
and and you got to be credible
Yeah.
and everything. And so when I retired from the military, I went right back into the into the federal government, working for defense, finance, and accounting. So I'm dealing with people's bank accounts and social security numbers and things every day, sensitive data, sensitive information. And so there's another level of clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like you say, they do an extensive background check.
Oh
do.
yeah.
And I said, wow, man, trouble is everywhere. I don't care where you was born and raised, whatever. I say the South, I was down there, but guess what? That was plenty of stuff to get into,
Still is.
But I thank God, how we talked about at the beginning. Even though I didn't have that father there, but man, my grandfather and man, those uncles of mine, they kept me in check.
Yeah.
Because they had to fear God. They love me. I love them. We could laugh and have fun and this and that, but they know you're not going to cross this line right here.
Yeah.
Those other kids may be out there doing this and that or whatever. So they scared. Y'all remember back in the day, Scared Straight? Y'all remember that show?
Yeah.
They scared me straight.
I lived in the house. I lived in the house with it. Every
So
day.
I know I wasn't going to go out there and get into no trouble or whatever.
Exactly.
And I played all the sports in school, basketball, football, baseball. I did all that fun stuff. I was very active, and I was a scholar in school. I got them grades. But at the same time, I had fun. We had fun.
Yeah.
But I stayed away from that trouble because I didn't want that, I didn't want that smoke.
So
No,
going
sir.
with that, man, let's go to this next question. How did the absence or presence of mentors, father figures, or strong male leadership impact the paths you've seen or personally walked towards or away from trouble? Lamar, let me get you go with that first.
That's a support system for me, right?
Okay.
And I think that is key to learning and developing the necessary skills to make informed decisions.
Yeah.
A lot of youth lack that,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to find it. And you get a lot of parents with kids that lack that as well, right? Unfortunately, well, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, but my mom was one of the people that didn't know all these things, right? But she was aware of it.
Yeah.
So she made sure I had the support systems in place
That's good.
so I can acquire the knowledge needed to become a man.
Absolutely.
She only took me as far as she could. And I think growing up and living, you have to understand what you know and what you don't know,
Definitely.
and where you need to help at, and be okay outsourcing that help, because no matter how you look at it, the youth, they find a role model.
We all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
We all do.
you want to have some type of hand in that, guiding them to the right one.
I like that.
You know what I mean? So
What you got to say?
I ain't really come up with the best role model. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Respect.
I can't the mentors and all that. Nah, I ain't had that. You know what I mean? Like father figures, yeah, I had that, but it just wasn't what I wanted at the time. Young, growing up, clique of homies, you know what I mean? We doing what we want to do. We grown, you know what I mean? 16, 17, we think we grown. So it's like, nah, I ain't had too much positive in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't
Gotcha.
had too many people I could run and, hey, you know what I mean? Show me this or show me that. I learned most of what I know on trials and error.
Gotcha.
I mean, so it's like, that's how I came up.
So
Uncles,
let me
aunties.
ask this, man. Just in contrasting your situation, what about the guys you're running with as well? Do you say they had the same type of outlook also, the same type of
Worse
setup?
than me.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I mean? Worse than me, man. So it was like, I probably had it better than they had it.
Gotcha.
And my situation wasn't top tier. I mean, so like, we was all we had. So
Okay.
we learned from, you know what I mean? You pick up something, now you teach it to us. I might pick up something, I teach it to y'all.
I see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trial and error.
For
So
sure.
That's how we ran with it.
I
guess
dig that.
I guess it's a little different. In the South, we had police officers and detectives and just other members come out to the park and play basketball with us.
Yeah, we had Power Club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We did that. But
Okay.
that's one officer. You know what I mean? He might come
Right,
out
right.
and kick it with us for a little bit, but once he go back home, we back doing what we do.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah, I
So
see
it
that.
it mattered, but it only mattered because we was having fun at the time.
fun.
You know what I mean? On
Right,
the back
right.
end, man, it's the police, man. We
Right.
ain't, you know what I mean?
Right.
But he taking us to these games, and you know what I mean? We going to hoop every day, so it was like that was the good part about it. But after that, we back outside.
I got you.
Back outside.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
back outside. Man.
Okay. Bill, what's your thoughts on that, man?
You know, man, they did a statistic. I want to make sure, repeat that question again. 'Cause I want to
So the
make sure we're not
question
on that
is,
third question.
how did the absence or presence of mentors, father figures, or strong male leadership impact the paths you've seen or personally walked towards or away from trouble?
Yeah, you know, and you guys heard me mention, I think you go back and look at a whole bunch of our podcasts we've shot already. I always mention my grandfather.
I think I know him. I swear
yeah?
I know him. Once I heard about this guy, I swear I know him.
No, he's dead and gone. He'll probably be in at a 120, 122.
Nah, he's always had great positive things to say about him.
You know, absolutely, man, because it really instill some values in me and things like that, things that stuck with me. And there are statistics. I was researching statistics the other night when I was looking over these questions. And the survey was done back in 2023.
Okay.
And so I always kind of refer back to the military because that was my vehicle to get me where I'm at now. And so statistically, over 77% of American citizens ages 18 to 34, because that's 36, because that's the cutoff. You can come in at 18 and 36 is the cutoff, you know. That over 77% of Americans are ineligible to enlist into the military because of things that we're talking about now.
Right.
Past
You know,
situations.
that they can't get a waiver for. I mean, military do a lot of waivers. They can waiver certain things, whatever, you know, but over 77% of America's population cannot join the military because they would be disqualified based on the criteria
Right.
and everything. And so I'm glad the path that I came up in because it kept me straight. It made me it helped me to mold me into the man that I am today, that father, that husband, and things like that. If you meet one of my sons now and you talk to him for a little, you're your daddy's son, you know, whatever. But, you know, they love to have a good time.
Right.
I mean, we're a fun family. We're a loving family. They're all married and got, you know, their families and things like that. But they, you know, they want to do the right thing. They're about doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And that don't make you, you know, a square or anything like that, you
Right.
know. We know Huey Lewis in the news back in the 80s said, it's hip to be square.
Now you show your age.
But yeah,
Good song,
man.
though.
So
Good song.
I just thank God for the role models that I had in my life, man. The
Right.
people around me that kept me
I
on the
think
right
that's
path.
key, man. That's
Yeah.
key. I used to work right here on Keystone at the juvenile detention center here. And when I say these young youth, they are looking for role models. They don't know how to find them. That's one of the key things for them. You know what I mean? So they stick within their pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And try to learn the best they can from them.
Gotcha.
But once they make that mistake, it all comes running back to them now. You know what I mean? Trying to find some type of salvation or hope or a way out.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I got that.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's the job of us fathers. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you don't set the precedent for where your family's going to go, somebody will.
Absolutely.
And usually you got the best interest of your kids in your heart.
right.
You're going to give them the tough love. You're going to show them the right way, the best way, because you want them to have the best outcome. You can't guarantee everybody else on the street going to do that.
Nah, not at all.
And not even just that, you can't guarantee they have the skill set to do that. Because they may want to do that,
Right.
but they don't know how to do that.
That's
You see
the
what I'm
problem.
saying? But you as a father, that's your responsibility to make sure that kid has all the resources they need to make it so that this world is better because of them,
Right.
not worse.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you got to teach them how to lead a family.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
one point in time,
absolutely.
they're going to have kids. They're going to have a wife. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's like, if you didn't teach them how to lead like this, well, who going to teach them?
Yeah. You're
So
the
it's
leader.
like we
You're
have
the
this
leader.
great responsibility, and I think it's not just on fathers; it's the group of men around that person.
the
too.
village.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely
Yeah.
the village,
Yeah.
and we all have a part we play. And I may see something with this man over here, and I glean something from him, and I like it. I may model something after that for him. I didn't get from my father per se,
Right.
Yeah.
but that part was helpful also. And then this person over here, and then that person over here. So it's this a la carte thinking that I'm making myself better by the people that's around me, shielding me, guiding me, showing me how to rock out here.
Right.
And that's what we, in our men's fellowship, you know, our verse that we, you know, is Proverbs, where iron sharpens iron.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like you take a young brother like Sidney, right? Okay. Clearly, when you listen to all of our conversations, he and I came from way different paths.
Right.
But that's what I love about the ministry, you know, and men sharpening one another.
Right.
Because I may not be a brother that can reach a person like Sidney. But guess what? There's other men in the church that have came up through a certain path, and they can relate, and they can talk, and but at the same time, that brother may see some things in me or the other brother say, hey, I like the way he, you know, carry himself, the way he, you know, the way he treat his wife.
Right.
You know, the way his sons, when I see them as grandkids, man, there's whatever. So they wanna glean from that. Man, I wanna be like that, man. And next thing you know, they're hanging with, you know, closer, and they're learning and gleaning from that person as well. And so that's why, you know, our men's ministry in this church is so vital, you know, because we got young men coming up, and they're watching all of us, and they're gleaning something from every one of us.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, if we aren't doing that, like you said, somebody's going to teach them. And then it's like, you look up and like, well, I never knew he could have made that decision. Why did he do that? Well, what did you do directly to help that person be on the right track?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we all have to be accountable for a few people.
Right.
These are people I'm checking with all the time. I'm sending a text. Hey, how you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? What you got going on right now? What can I help you with?
Right.
Because it's like, if we don't reach out for us, who gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? And I get that's not your blood relatives, but we all can find commonality in Christ.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We all brothers and sisters in Christ. So it's like, if we can't meet there, we can find some commonality there. Let's start there. You know?
I'm gonna share something with you. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try to be.
Lean into it. Let's
Well,
go.
we understand.
I had a individual had a situation what you were talking about. He felt that he was at a gas station, a young guy. I don't know, he was having some issues and whatnot. And my partner, I'm just calling Ben.
Okay.
He went over there and tried to talk to the individual, and the individual was just going through some things. And then he was like, you know what? That's not even my problem. That's not my son. You know, let me go on about my business. You know what I mean? And later on that night, that particular individual ended up shooting his son.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
So I hear that.
And he lived, but the story behind that is that had he understood and was able to reach this individual, that may not have happened. You know what I mean? If he had a different look on, that's not my responsibility. I think a lot of these kids that are out here that are emotionally displaced, they are our responsibility.
They are.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They really are, you know. Because I've sat down with plenty of people at the Speedway right on Southeastern and had a long conversation with them. I said, hey, man, listen, I don't know you. You can tell me the F off or whatever you want to do, but I just want to talk to you because you look like you're going through something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And whatever it is not worth it, you know. Let the water cool off before you make a decision.
I like that, man.
You know what I mean?
And again, if everybody took a minute to do that, this world would be way better.
Oh,
You know
way
what I'm
better.
saying?
Way better. And that's one of the things that, you know, we talk about it in our men's fellowship. You know, every time I turn on the news, you know, something's happening. And my number one question be, man, where are the men? Where are the fathers? But I know that there are a lot of absentee fathers. So my next question becomes, well, where are the grandfathers?
Right.
Where are the uncles? You know, where are the uncles and things like that? The real men, you know, come into that young man's life.
Yeah.
Pour into him, you know. And so it's all about accountability.
Right.
You know, that's what we should all be doing.
Yeah.
Giving back. Because we always say, if I'd have knew then like I know now, well,
Yep.
now you know. So now pour into them.
Yeah.
That's in that
Yeah.
place that maybe you were at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always challenge men. I say, when you see young men, see that young man as yourself, like you're going back in time to speak. What would you tell yourself?
Sure.
You know what I mean? And that's what you need to figure out. What would you tell yourself? Because, you know, we were hothead when we were young.
Sure.
And nobody could get through to us. So
Yeah.
it took that special person or that rock that came across the head to kind of straighten you up. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's a little too late when that happens,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And I think, like I said, most people, like you said back in the day, Sydney, man, we looking for an answer. Most people are.
Yeah.
And there's a few people who they may be a lost cause because they don't want to find nothing. But I don't think that's most people's story. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? But it's like they haven't found that outlet. But the minute somebody reach out to them and be like, hey, man, I actually care. I'm checking on you just because. Like, I don't need nothing from you.
Right.
I actually just make sure you good. Hey, man, that'll stir something right here, even in the hardest thug. You know, be like,
Right.
did nobody else do that before?
Right.
This is different. And I like that feeling. I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with changing a little bit more because that changed a little bit of me. It chipped off that little rock I had on the shoulder a little
Right.
bit. And I like that feeling.
Okay.
Let's keep that going.
Yeah.
I pass out my business card, just to comment on what you're saying or go along with what you're saying. I pass out my business card to a lot of youth. And I always tell them, if you find yourself angry, call me so I can carry that burden with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like that.
That's dope.
Call me. I don't
That's
care
dope.
what time it is. Just call me. I'll stay on the phone with you or I'll come to you.
Yeah.
You just tell me what you need and I got you. You know what I mean?
And I think that brings up another thing. And I sort of get back to these questions in a minute, but it's going too good for me not to touch this part. This thing we're talking about, you got to get uncomfortable with it.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
This isn't in your comfort zone where you're trying to help make this world better by checking on other people when it's convenient for you.
yeah, that doesn't work, man.
It don't work.
It does
Because
not
sometimes
work.
I don't feel like sending the text. Sometimes I don't feel like doing the call or staying on the phone this long time and talking through some things. But guess what? It's not about me.
Right.
It's about us.
Yeah.
That's it.
And if I want us to be better, well, I got to get out of my comfort zone to
Yeah.
do that. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't do that, what happens to the other person?
Right.
And when you really be a Christian like you're supposed to be, those two great commandments, love God, all your heart, all your soul, all your might, and then love somebody else as you love yourself.
Right.
So this is you doing those two great commandments right there. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? And if you're like, okay, I can give of myself, even to the point where I'm uncomfortable, to make sure this other man's good, I'm in the pocket where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
This is ministry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Absolutely.
I say being a God-fearing man is 24 hours.
24 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You never know when that call comes through, but you got to show up.
And that goes to, because in what we're saying here is so vital, we're married men, for example. And so there's still, we want to do all these things, all these great things. But at the same time, we have to use wisdom in it,
Of course.
because I have to involve my wife.
Right.
That, hey, baby, when I get that phone call or this and that or whatever, she trusts me
Right.
that I'm doing what I'm going to do.
Right.
And that's what it is. It ain't about nothing else. Going to that young man's basketball game because he don't have a father in the home,
Right.
or to his football game and things like that. And I'm up there cheering and things like that or whatever. And that he see that or whatever.
They
It
may
makes
not
him
have
want
never
to go
had
home.
somebody that came to see them.
Right.
And that makes a
Absolutely.
world of difference.
Right.
you
Point
know?
into that young man
Yeah.
where he can't afford his cleats, the package that comes with it. I got you, man. Here you go. You write that check or whatever. You go get that, man. Whatever. I want
That's
you to
awesome.
do well.
Right.
Then I'm talking to him. Hey, how you doing in school?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check up on you. I just pop up at school and I go to the office and ask, hey, the guidance counselor, how's so and so doing?
Right.
So they, even though you'll probably never do that, but in the back of their mind, oh man, I don't want Mr. Partee to come up here. So he know he's going to be trying to do the right thing now because he got somebody that cares about him.
Yeah. And I think that's the big part about it is that if you're able to show somebody that you actually care, there's a turnaround that happens.
Yeah.
Usually somebody ain't in their ear saying that I have an expectation of you. I expect you to be better. So they just do what they want to do because it's like nobody expects nothing of me.
Right.
Yeah.
But the minute somebody's like, hey man, you can be better than this, man. I see greater in your life. Well, let me get myself together. Get it together, man. This man wants something from me. I've never heard that, you know?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Changed the world for that person.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get back to these questions, man, because this is going too good, man. I promise you. We got questions, y'all. We got questions, all right? But the conversation is good, man. I like the way it's flowing, man. So the question now is, when tensions rise between young men and the police, what wisdom can you offer about navigating those moments safely, respectfully, and without escalation? So let me go to you first on that one, bro.
Man, you want my truth?
I do. I swear for goodness, I do.
Absolutely.
All I can tell you is don't play with them people, and people will kill you.
Yeah.
That's just straight like that. Don't play with them people will kill you.
Yeah.
So it's like either you want to die or you want to go home. Make
That
your
real?
own choices. Yeah, straight like
that
that.
real?
You make your own choices.
Absolutely.
How you go home? So it's no.
Hey, I'll take that, man. That's
People will
real.
kill you.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, I mean, I always go back to people just being human, right?
Okay.
You know, they wear the uniform, they put on this badge to go out and try to serve the community, right? And I think enough times come up to where we don't understand what is going on. And, you know, when you're in that moment and whatnot, you think everybody feels what you're feeling right now. You think everybody should and whatnot. So let me back up a little bit, because I'm a firm believer of controlling your emotions.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you need to be by yourself. You know what I mean? Like that movie, The Incredible Hulk, where he turns green and all that there.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of true statement in those movies. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you have to control your attitude, right?
Definitely.
Despite the uniform that you meet, despite whoever you deal with in the street, you have to be conscious of who you are, where you're trying to go, and not let those things stop you from getting there. If that means for you to be quiet just so you can get through this ordeal, let's do this. You know what I mean? Because your job at the end of the day is to go home.
Not to cut you off, but it seems like when you quiet, they get more angry.
Well, I mean, you're fighting a losing battle on the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're fighting a losing battle. And like I tell a lot of youth, when you see them losing control, the best thing you got going for you is your mind. Stay focused. Stay in control. I mean, you'll be able to win this fight, but just not here.
Right.
This is not the time.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Time and place.
Yeah, there's a time and place for everything.
Okay.
And for you, unfortunately, this is not the time.
Got you.
Just comply, get through it, and then you'll see them in the courtroom.
But you know, the police areas they don't know nothing about.
True.
You know what I
Very,
mean?
very
So
true.
I agree.
They environments, they enter into environments they know nothing about, so they perceive everybody the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even if you wasn't doing nothing, your homie might have a warrant. You might just be a clean, squeaky high school A student. Now you caught up in the mix of something that you had nothing to do with, based on y'all the same, based off of his perception.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean? So, like,
I try to tell youth, man, to hang out with people that are trying to go in the same direction you're going. You know what I mean?
that's hard to find.
Yeah.
Because if you're an athlete, you should be practicing somewhere in the gym, studying, et cetera, et cetera. If you're trying to be a doctor, you should be, hang out according to where you're trying to go,
And I get what you're saying with that, Sydney. You're like, I didn't see that around me. I may not even have that in my family.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I may have uncles who did this stuff behind the scenes, and I grew up knowing this stuff.
Right.
I'm seeing a certain thing, and this is my normal.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying with that. What I'm hoping that we get across in this whole entire conversation is that we have the power of the internet in our hand right now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You have the opportunity to see how this played out for other people because of decisions they made. The reality is you could be on the bad end of that thing or the good end of that thing.
A lot of them
We
think
all
they can do
got
it
choices
better.
to make. You see what I'm saying? And we can choose to stay ignorant about it, or we can choose to say, I want to learn a different way.
Yeah.
And just going in my own personal bag with this thing, the neighborhood I grew up in, either you was in the gang or you could fight so you could walk up and down the street.
Right.
What I took from that environment was I don't want my kids to grow up the same way.
Yeah.
So I want my kids to be as tough as I am,
Right.
but not learn it the same way I did. But I got to put them somewhere where that's not the norm for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to make adjustments. I
Right.
had to stay in school, learn what I'm supposed to, because I was like, I don't want this life for them. But I'm picking this up as a shorty.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm seeing this because I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm not saying I didn't have fun at times being in the neighborhood, but I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I see the other side of this too. And I don't want none of this.
Right.
So let me make my way out in certain places. And that's what I'm trying to hope people understand in this whole entire conversation is we all got a past, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But learn from my mistakes in my past so you have a better future in front of you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You ain't got to learn like I learned and then make the same mistakes that I make and then get to the same place I am. I want you to be further ahead because you already seen the pitfalls that I went through, and now you're making better decisions from that. What you can never say is that you didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's so much in this phone right now where you can see real time of things that's happened, not just movie stuff. We're talking about real life stuff.
Yeah.
That if it's not your reality, but you want to live that thing, you see those outcomes. You really don't want that life.
A lot of youth don't use their phone to look for that kind of stuff. They're too busy posting and looking for things they shouldn't be looking for. You know what I mean?
For the action.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm saying
looking for the action.
You
You
can
know?
always find what you're looking for. Is what I'm
Right.
trying to get at. You
Oh,
see
it'll
what I'm
come
saying?
to you.
Yeah, you can always find what you're looking for. My thing is that I'm trying to say, hey, we from the experience up here can say, if you're looking for it, you'll find it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Let's look for the right thing, though. You see what I'm saying? And I get if you don't have the right role models around you, but there's plenty of role models you can find online
Right.
or in your local neighborhood if you're looking for it. You just got to show that you're looking for that.
Right.
And somebody going to see that and be like, well, man, I'll holler at you over here. You know what I'm saying? I see you trying to do a little bit better. Let me spit a little game to you.
Right.
And that will be the one spark to kind of put you on the right pathway. But you got to want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't want it, somebody's always got a worse option out there.
I trust and believe.
Yeah.
All day. And they give it to you with a smile on your face.
Right.
Because there's benefit to them too. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? You able to do something that I ain't got to do. And if you get busted with it, then my hands ain't on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
good. It's the game.
Yeah.
But ain't a lot of people that's old in the game. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, let's keep it real in front of these people so they understand, hey man, there's no winners in this thing.
No, not at all.
Let's do this right because you don't want to see worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
I got some friends who they ain't here to this day.
Right.
Period. For one reason or the other, they're not here. Praise God, I am. But it's like I don't want y'all to have that in reality.
Right.
But you could have it.
Yeah.
You could have it. Like there's people who didn't make it out of their teens because of these decisions.
Right.
It's that serious.
Yes,
and like
it
you
is.
saying, got to make it home.
Yeah. I go
That's
home.
it.
At the end of the day, you got to make it home.
That's it. And so many people, even our stars, when you think about the celebrities or whatever, we all came from somewhere,
Right.
okay? And, we call it the American dream. You want to make it and do better. And the environment that you grew up in, when you think about all of those hardcore rappers and things like that, you think they still stay where they came up at? No. No. Snoop don't stay in Compton
Right.
or Long Beach anymore. Snoop up there in the hills, gated communities and things like that.
Ain't going Martha Stewart.
Right. and so one thing I used to teach my kids, my sons, they knew that when they got in trouble, whatever that be, at school, whatever, in the neighborhood or whatever, I was that parent that I didn't do a lot of whooping. Now, even though when I was a kid, they told you up back then.
Right.
But we live in this new era. But I used to sit and talk with my sons. I just got to be like, what's his name? Bill Heathcliff Huxtable.
Yeah.
And it used to drive my sons crazy because they know that one of them get in trouble, Dad, when he get off work, he's gonna sit all of us down.
Everybody get that talking to.
And you're gonna get because we're talking about the situation that he just got into. But you're his brothers. and you're your brother's keeper.
Right.
How did you allow him to get into that? You know, and how are we? What are we gonna do to make sure this never happens again? So I made them account for each other.
Right.
So in a sense, I was trying to teach emotional intelligence, that EQ. You know, we focus on the IQ all the time, but
Right.
that emotional intelligence
That's key.
to make the right decisions in those moments
Right.
and everything. And one thing that I tried to instill in them is prided themselves on their last name.
Right.
That when you leave here every morning going to school or whatever, you represent this family.
Right.
Exactly.
And if you embarrass this family name, guess what? You know, me and your mom gonna deal with you. You know,
And that comes also making them sure to understand the importance of a last name. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like, you know the hard work that came behind
Yeah.
this name,
Yeah.
what this name meant to this neighborhood, what we represent. You know
Right.
what this person did back in the day, this person did back in the day.
Yeah.
You have this legacy you're supposed to carry on now. You have an expectation to uphold what we did back in the day forward.
Right.
Yeah.
So this name means something. So you can't tarnish his name. Something we was taught.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask this next question then. And Sydney, this first part for you. What's the hardest reality about prison and the legal system that young men don't understand until they experience it?
The hardest part is not knowing what really goes on when you walk through the doors. I mean, like, your life can change for the worse or for the better. Like, me personally, when I went to prison, truth be told, it kind of helped me. You know what I mean? I went in there. I got a GED. I learned some traits. You know what I mean? Bumped into some creative guys. All that, but that might not be the same path for somebody else.
Sure.
Somebody else might go in there gang banging, playing, jacking off time, anything. You never know. It's just
Yeah.
it's your life, and you got to make it how you make it. Different strokes for different folks.
Respect.
I mean, so it's like prison ain't nothing to play with.
Nah.
Jail ain't nothing to play with.
I
Hey man,
mean,
say that one more time. Look at the camera and say that to him,
Straight
please.
up. Prison
Let
ain't
him
nothing to
know.
play with. Jail ain't nothing to play with. You know what I mean? It might seem fun for a minute, but when you really gotta sit in there and be in there, you'll start to understand, like, man, I want to go home, but you can't go home. You know what I mean? Some people don't even make it home. So it's like, you gotta strap your boots on every morning and figure it out. You know what I mean? Waking up 3 a.m, trying to go get some breakfast, hoping your people send you some money. You know what I mean? Just anything.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause anything can happen. You might wake up to a ride, come back from school into a ride. You know what I mean? Somebody might just hit you on the walkway back from
nothing.
commissary for nothing.
I
just
seen
trying
that
to rob you for your
plenty times.
commissary.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything, like, it's not a game. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
Not a game.
Respect. So Lamar, to you, man, what do you wish they understood before you even got that far from your perspective?
Man, I'm not a gambling man, right? So every crime has a minimum and a maximum, and you just don't know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
Up.
I seen people going there thinking they're gonna go, I'm gonna get 6 months, and end up getting 8 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Real.
There's a minimum and there's a maximum. You're playing with all this time in between that the judge can give you.
Right.
Let's not gamble with ourselves. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Like
if you're not willing to do the maximum, don't even do it.
Man, don't catch the judge on a bad day neither.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I catch the judge on a bad day.
Yeah.
You
I
might
mean,
be in the courtroom and you might made the judge mad. Now everybody get it.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody has to
Yeah.
be mad at you.
No. Yeah, that too, but yeah.
I'm gonna see you later on. You
Right.
made my situation worse. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, yeah.
Wow, that's something to think about. What Sydney just said, man. Wow, just because the judge, you know, this case before yours came up, that they really ticked that judge off, and now you got to come behind this.
Right.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So
Now you railroaded.
Yeah. I meet a lot of kids think that, and this could probably be controversial, is that, oh, it's a racist thing, right? But the judge has that room, the maximum and the minimum. You know what I mean? There's no set rule in stone that you're going to get this. You know what I mean? So don't gamble with it.
don't gamble
Yeah.
with it. Absolutely.
I like that, man.
If
That's
you
an
ain't
easy
gotta
way to
play
put
with
that.
it, don't play with it.
Don't
Yeah.
play with it.
It ain't for everybody.
It's not.
You
Yes,
know,
indeed. Yes,
keep
indeed.
touching the fire. Eventually, you're gonna get burned.
Yeah.
I like it, man. That's some real talk. Being from there, man, and again, your perspectives really drive that home because again, it's sweet until you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all changed after that.
Yeah.
Everything go downhill from after that. You know.
Especially when they get that sentence and that's not what they was expecting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that whole
You
face
sitting
looked
there-
different, man.
You sitting in RDC with a fresh 10 or a fresh 5, you know what I mean? And you don't know what to do, but you got to take into accountability that you might be in a cell with somebody who just got a life sentence.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know
goodness.
what I mean?
Mhm.
You got this 5, he got life, so he might just want to do you because he ain't going home.
Right.
Right.
He ain't got nothing to lose.
He
Nothing
got
to
nothing
lose.
If
Nothing
I
to
ain't
lose.
going home, we
man.
ain't going home.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like it's a lot that come with that, man.
Yeah.
So if you really ain't prepared for it or want to go through it, just you know what I mean? Go left instead of going right.
I got a question. Do you think that, the movies, all this that we see.
music.
Before you say that, I agree with that. Movies, music,
Yeah.
all
Gotta
that,
get all the way out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
all that has.
So you think it's cool to go because I'm going to come out with more status. I got street
Everybody
creds
get
now.
home, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Everybody, welcome home and whoop, whoop. Even though it ain't like that no more, but
Right.
it's like me honestly growing up, I looked up to the dope boy. You know what I mean? The guys that had the cars, had the rims, the money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's who I looked up to. You know what I mean? So I went down that road and it led me nowhere. You know, I done seen the highs, I done seen the lows, but it still got me nowhere.
Yeah.
Because you gotta if you lose, you give it back. If you win and then you lose, you give it back. So it's like you lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
lose.
You're never gonna stay up.
Nah,
Yeah,
not
you
at
know
all,
what I mean?
man.
It's a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The highs and the lows, but them lawyer fees getting higher every year. You know what I mean? So it's the bonds get higher every time.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
you can't win, man.
I try to catch the youth when they're young and kind of explain, because I know a lot of youth that are in gangs and stuff like that, and they like it. You know what I mean? They like the atmosphere. So I try to take their negative and turn it to a positive.
Yeah.
And, my philosophy behind them is like, man, if you like gangs, man, go join one of the biggest gangs out here, the police department. You get all kind of tools and cool gadgets and whatnot and learn some things and benefits and free health insurance and, all these things that come with that particular gang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know the funny thing? I just saw a TikTok the other day. It was some little YNs, you know what I'm saying? And some car was rolling through. He's like, "Hey man, slow up." He kind of pulled out something. Somebody pulled out something else, and the dude came on the camera like, you could do that for a job, right?
Yeah,
You know,
right.
They got a whole military you can be a part of. They
That's
show
what
you
I
how
was
to
just
be real
gonna say.
shooters, you know what I'm saying? And know how to work with real technology and all kind of stuff. You can do that for a job.
Right.
Why
Already-
do that for free?
They're
Right.
already military minded.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's like-
That's exactly what I was going to say when Lamar said what he said. Hey, you can come and join the biggest gang in the United
military.
States. Join the military. They're going to pay you.
Yeah, you
They're
get to
going
blow
to
up
pay
stuff.
you to keep your body in top physical condition.
Man.
You're going to travel the world. And you're going to get to blow up a lot of things.
Oh, yeah, man.
And it's legal.
I don't know.
love it.
I haven't had a chance to do it here, but I know back in Florida, I took, it's about 12 kids. You got to find some officers that are pretty cool to do so. And I take the kids off the street because, they got guns and stuff like that. And I try to show them a different way of doing things, right?
Okay.
So I invited all 12 of them out to a paintball field and showed them what a
Nice.
team looked like. And I told them, all the officers said, we'll give you $500 if you beat this team. And we was whooping YNs left and right.
I tell you what. I don't care what profession. There's a pro level to everything.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Oh,
You
yeah.
think you nice until you see the pro level.
pro
But
level.
it's like, there's
Right.
levels.
Oh, yeah,
There's
all day
levels.
long.
As a matter of fact, we were working with the Colts, doing some things with CSC, kind of some fundraisers for the church and stuff like that. So I got a chance to get up and close with some of the Colts, man. Like, stand next to them. You think you seen a big guy
Yeah.
until you see one of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you big.
Yeah.
Like you my size, but you like rock.
Rock.
though.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I see why you hit that gap and people get out the way. You kind of built different.
Right.
This is the pro series. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I get it. in every level.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a video of people doing. It's not paintball. What's the other type of shooting you can do? It's like the soft balls you can shoot. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm thinking.
I can't think of what it is right now, but it's basically it's like playing army games.
Okay,
right?
okay.
And so instead of doing paintball, we're actually getting hit with paint. It's just these pellets you're getting hit with. You see
Okay.
what I'm- Airsoft.
Okay, yeah.
They got some people who are like military grade that go out there and do it.
Yep.
And the speed they're going out at it and taking people out. I seen a dude take out a whole platoon by himself, and because he's got a GoPro on the entire time, so you get to see first person. He boom, 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 and I'm like, wow, this cat is fast and agile too.
Right.
He done jumped over 2-3 different areas to get to where he needed to get it to. Took out a whole squad of people who didn't see him until they got hit.
Professionals.
Pro level.
It's just like if you, if I was in any setting out, and some person pull a gun or something like that, you can best believe I'm getting down, I'm moving, because they're turning it all. And they don't know what they're doing.
No, they don't.
They don't understand the the trajectory, everything, the little kickback they're gonna get, the whole nine.
They shoot paper targets. That's what they do.
All right. And you got these professionals, you got the military. That's all they do is train targets, and they know how to shoot. So the mantra was one shot, one kill. Because if I pull the trigger, I'm going to hit what I'm shooting at.
Right.
But no, not with a young person out in the street shooting.
And they got these big old extended clips out, man. I said, man, you don't need that much to do that much. You know what I mean? I mean, that just shows me you're not efficient at what you do.
Right.
Yeah. Go get you a water gun, man.
I got you, man. All right, so next question, man. What are some of the biggest internal battles, whether it's pride, anger, identity, or even loyalty, that influence you or others' decisions, and how can someone overcome those traps today? Start me off with that, man.
I would say selfishness.
Okay.
And I like the word selfishness because a lot of us are guilty of it, because we always this is how we get into our feelings, because we think things should go how we see it, and not understanding. Like, my mother raised me on the 6-9 theory, right? No matter what side you stand on this number, it's that or the other. Yeah. So you're on this side, it's a 6. When you're on that side, it's a 9. So you got to be willing to go to the other side to see that point of view, right? I mean, just for me, like I say, it's just really understanding and being okay with people's decisions. You know what I mean? Helping who I can help, and be understanding, and not being okay with everything not being my way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's just, we live in a world with a bunch of little worlds. You know what I mean? And we work hard to go home to our world that we created.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's where we have the most power. But once you leave that environment, then you got to learn to turn the selfishness off and be okay with how that person lives, or how that person thinks, or how that person speaks, or what team he likes. You got to be okay with, or what color he rep. You know what I mean? Because you can't change a person and make them do what you want them to do. That's selfishness. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I mean, that's my take on it.
Okay, no, I like that, man. What you got in there, Sydney?
I'm running with bro. You know what I mean? But it's more of all of them, because pride, selfishness, loyalty. Loyalty. That's a hard word. That's a hard thing to catch. A lot of people don't have that in them. Don't have that trait.
Right.
So betrayal also.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things. But
See, I said that go back to selfishness, because
you
feel betrayed because that person didn't do what you think they should have done. You know what I mean? You got to be okay. If it's a zebra, it's a zebra. You can't dress it up no other kind of way. You might put a blanket on it, but at the end of the day, it's a zebra.
It might be a donkey.
Yeah, it might be a donkey, but you got to be okay. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, your world, you and who you are, is all you can control.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's facts.
That is. Absolutely.
I've learned that dealing with my wife and whatnot, learning my boundaries and whatnot, because for the longest, I never understood why she get her nails done all the time. I thought it was a waste of money. You know what I mean? But
Weird, ain't it?
yeah, it's crazy, right? But I drew back a little bit and understood that it made her feel a certain way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It had something to do with her emotions and how she felt about herself. And I noticed when she did herself up, she was happy. Tolerable. You know what I mean?
Everybody winning right now, basically.
Yeah.
We all winning now.
Yeah. So, you know,
Don't make yourself feel good.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I want to address on this topic that we're talking about right here is that, you know, I like the way you guys put that. And you say, you know, I want to get, when I leave my world, my home, my sanctuary, and go out into this world. I don't care if it's just running an errand
you
to
leave your world.
Walmart or whatever. I want to make it back
To your world.
to my world.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, being aware, because I don't know, sometimes I think that everybody's on medication or something. Sometimes I think that did COVID do something to our brains when COVID hit? Because everybody is in such a hurry to go nowhere.
Nowhere fast.
Road rage,
Road rage.
it's crazy.
Road rage get you killed nowadays.
It'll get you killed nowadays.
On the horn.
Man, remember, blowing the horn used to be a good thing because
I'm just
how
letting
many
you know
of
to go.
us, we've all kind of slipped up, meaning that, man, oh, my bad, man.
Wait.
You know,
There's
you
a
did
way you
something.
can blow the horn, but like, all right, my bad.
Yeah,
And there's
right.
the one like, and leaning on that. That's
Right.
a disrespectful. They know what they're doing with that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I
You know,
interrupted.
and then sometimes, you know, like say, I just look at it as, you know what? I know what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to get back home. I'm
Right.
trying to get to Walmart,
That's my thoughts.
you know, or
Walmart
whatever.
first.
So I'm not about to start a confrontation because the person tooted their horn.
Smart.
Or whatever the case. Most of the time, if they toot their horn, it's probably, it used to be back in the day, they're trying to get your attention for you to see, hey, man, what are you doing? You know, or whatever the case.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been there and on both sides of it. But you saying like today, you know, that can get you killed. And to the point now where we won't even look at people when we're driving.
Right.
I'm like, what kind of world do we live in that when I come to a traffic light that I can't just simply take a look over to my left or to my right? You know, it may be somebody you know, whatever. But everybody's straight ahead, you know, and things like that. You know, and so we're just trying to go and accomplish that little mission.
Yep.
I'm going to the store to pick up some things, and I want to get back to my world safely.
That's
That
why
could
it's
be a
my
hard
life every day.
mission. The world done came so dangerous now.
It's
Yeah.
dangerous.
You know, so it's like the smallest things can turn into a big thing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
You just never know. So I'd rather be cautious and everything I'm doing than rather to be loose or lost founded or dumbfounded and doing anything. So I'd rather just be on my P's and Q's and straight there, straight back.
Yeah.
If I can get there,
swear.
straight there and straight back. Because
That's it.
trouble will follow you anywhere you go.
That's
I'm
it.
gonna tell you about that. I know what I want and I know what it is, right? My wife likes to go to the mall and shop and whatnot. As we got older, we understood our window kind of shrunk. So we go to the mall between as soon as it open and then 1 o'clock is our cutoff. Because that's when all the other people start coming out. You know what I mean? So I think it's just more like just being aware of the time and
surroundings.
how the environment is and
It's
maneuvering yourself through
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Just being mindful.
I don't like big crowds.
Me neither.
I don't either.
I can't
like
stand
big
it.
crowds.
I don't
I
either.
like being where it's a lot of people.
Can't do it.
I don't know if I got PTSD or what, but I can't deal with a lot of people. I start panicking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
necessarily panicking when I'm ready to run. It's just like I get annoyed of people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So now I'm thinking everybody out to get me somehow, like or something finna go wrong.
Right.
Or
Sure.
I just don't feel comfortable. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't like being where it's a lot of people.
I'm with you on that. I was at the
with you.
fair the year they had that big fight with all the youth fighting.
Yeah.
And I don't care how strong you is, man. All them kids get to fighting and whatnot. Everybody's falling down.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah. So I'm with you on that. I can't stand big crowds. Man.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I became very 2A. I moved more in that direction. Y'all know what I mean by 2A.
I promise you I don't.
No,
Your
Explain to
Second
me.
Amendment.
Second
okay?
Amendment, yeah.
All right.
I carry it for a reason. Now,
Okay.
Okay. The mall I go to, and my family go to, That's the same mall the one shooter came.
Greenwood.
and-
I know
and
exactly where
Greenwood
I
Mall.
was in there.
Wow.
Wow.
I was in there. I was on the opposite side of the mall when that happened.
Oh,
You know
That's
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying. So it's like you can be in a safe space
Yeah.
and still something could pop off.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm always watching because I kind of look for the threat
Right.
always.
hmm
Let's move where we need to get to
Mm-hmm.
and let's get up out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
trying to
it.
lollygag in a lot of places because I don't know what may turn up, but I know we ain't gonna be here when it happens.
Yeah.
I
Let's
agree.
keep it moving. Matter
Oh,
of
yeah.
fact, me and my wife was in the mall. We was up in Gary. We live in the mall of Maryville, and we were walking through, and we started to notice cops come through here. 4 cops was coming over through here, and then 4 cops coming. He's like, and it was in the direction we was walking,
Mhm.
and my wife was like, nope, we don't even need that. Let's go and go. I don't know what's about to happen up here,
Yeah.
but we ain't gonna be here.
Yeah. Let's
Man,
go.
we turned around so quick, like, psh, let's go.
Let's
Right.
go.
Cause something about to pop off over
Something.
here,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna witness it firsthand.
Right.
I catch that on the news. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I catch that on Facebook somewhere, but I'm not gonna be a witness to it. So
Right.
it's like these times here help you to see you have to watch your surroundings and you have to pay attention to things because stuff can go left. Even when
Easy.
you're not in a bad situation,
Right.
you're not
Right.
trying to look for the bad thing. You're not even around bad company.
Right.
But if you're not paying attention, somebody
attention.
else who is,
Stay alert.
you can get caught up in some stuff.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right, man. We're going to get back on track, man. I swear the conversation just be flowing, man. So, rebuilding life after trouble, okay, it's not easy. From both sides of the table, what are some realistic steps for redemption, restoration, or starting over? Lamar, start with you on that first, man.
Oh man, I deal with this on a day-to-day basis now. I mean, there's no magic words for it, man. I mean, once you put yourself in this predicament, man, I mean, it's an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's just an uphill battle from here on out. I would always say to the individual, it's really time to start looking inward, right, and start thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Because, for example, I got an individual right now, due to his charges, he can never really get into those factory jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Allison, you know, the $20 an hour job.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's on the low end of everything, right?
Yeah.
But I told him his next best option really is self-employment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That way he's in a little bit more control and he can make the money he needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of what he's done, I'm not gonna say he can never get back into where he was, but the chances of him doing so is almost none. I mean,
Yeah.
just not happening, man. You know? And he broke down crying with me a couple days ago, man, because I think it just hit him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He can't provide for his family like he used to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's becoming surreal.
Yeah.
You know, how do I move forward? You know? So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what'd you say?
I'm going through it right now.
Oh, I know.
I'm trying to rebuild my life right now, but you know that all came from my decisions in my life. So it's like, what can I do? I can't stop running. You gotta just pick up the pieces and try to glue back what you can.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the pieces fit, let them fit. If they don't fit, you're gonna be missing pieces. I mean, but
That's real.
can't not stop trying. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like you can't never stop trying. So
No.
it's like
No, can't do that.
whatever you do, make the best of it.
Absolutely.
That's it. You know what I mean?
There's no magic potion for that, man.
No.
Nah.
That's everyday
And
struggle.
I believe that everybody deserves a second chance,
Mhm.
a third chance. I
Mhm.
mean, look at the Word of God, what it teaches us that, God forgives us or how we supposed to forgive.
70 times
70 times 7. Now, that's just a metaphor,
Right.
but what he mean is endlessly.
Yeah.
We're always forgiving. God
Right.
forgave us. So who am I that I can't forgive this brother
For sure.
for some wrong that he did or some trouble or whatever? Are we going to hold this over their head forever?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's the system that we live in
Yep.
in this American society. But that's why, organizations, men like us, that it's networking
Right.
and things like that. I know a few people that have come out of a incarcerated situation and they had to come out and rebuild their lives.
Right.
Yeah.
But thank God that there were some good people in place and took a chance on them
Right.
from a word that you gave a word because you know somebody. Hey, I got this friend. I got this young man. He's, he been in a little trouble,
Right.
but, he didn't serve his time to society or whatever, and I need you to give him a chance. And so it don't have to be on that person's accord that he got to go find it. It's networking.
Yeah.
Because you
I
know
agree.
somebody
It's going to
that
always
know
be
somebody
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and everything. Most of the jobs that we as hardworking men that go to work every day, it wasn't because you was so smart or had all the qualifications and things like that. It was simply networking. Sometimes it's good to know people, ain't it? It's good
It's
to
great
know
to know
people.
people.
Networking is key.
Right people.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And we should always be trying to help somebody else.
Right.
Because, how church folk can get sometime,
Right.
And I, coming up in the church, and I would tell anybody, the only difference between us and people that's been incarcerated or whatever, or we didn't get caught.
Man, that is so real.
Yeah. I agree with
That
that.
is so real.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Because we're so judgmental and this and that. I'll tell you guys now, man, I've never been in any trouble. Everybody got a speeding ticket because I can't drive 55. But, I've never been in any trouble with the law or any of that my whole life and everything, But guess what? I was a youth, and I knew what my uncles and my grandfather would do to me if they knew I was out here doing what I'm doing right now, hanging with the guys, just being a teenager or whatever the case. And I know a lot of young men that I came up with. Man, they was in and out of that juvenile system. I never faced a day in it, never was caught up in any of it. But guess what? I was hanging with these guys like every day or whatever.
Yeah, we were cool.
I had plenty of chances. It's just like the movie Friday. Look, I'm not going in there. I'm going to be out here. I whistle. But guess what?
Right.
There's a charge for that.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yep.
But I
Accessory.
didn't get caught. I didn't get caught up in what they were
Come
doing.
on, man.
So I don't judge that person because they got in trouble, did some time and this and that or whatever, because that could have been any one of us sitting here now. We just didn't get caught in some of the things that we were in during our young adult lives.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't judge you, brother. Not at all.
Well, and
Absolutely.
I think this is why it's important for us as the church to be who we're supposed to be.
Right.
Because we should have the resources to help people be better.
Yeah.
I agree.
To help people grow.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? To build community and build us into a place where the world is better because of us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not a government that's coming out to save you. It's not this one company that's just being benevolent.
Right.
It's God working through people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those people are looking out for people.
Right.
And then we as a people make sure that our area is better.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, man, that loyalty of taking care of your area, when you're in the right situation with the right people, they knew certain things didn't happen because certain people wouldn't allow it to happen.
Right. Right.
This is my area over here. Y'all take care of this because I said so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like if those type of people linked up with other people with resources, now we could take care of a whole city because people actually care about that city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're giving opportunities for people to actually grow and take care of their families.
Right.
The city could be way better because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wait
absolutely.
on the government to help me to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait on some big company to help me to do that. I got a big God that can give me any resource I need.
Right.
And I got the heart of him inside of me that wants to live how he wants me to live and use the resources he gives me to bless the people like I'm supposed to.
Right.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, when you live that way, you just happen to get blessed too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you a cup and you pouring out, the inside of that cup is still getting wet.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to get my stuff always taken care of as I'm trying to take care of other people. You know what I'm saying? And
That's it.
I want to make sure that we as men are looking to build a wall around our community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this bad stuff don't happen because we don't allow it to happen.
Yeah.
I don't care if this young man over here doesn't have that resource in his life. he doesn't have that father figure in his life. He see me.
Right.
He see this man over here. He can find something in those people and be better, even though his personal situation may not have it in the house.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then we as a community make this thing better. But I think it takes us as men leading in that direction. Period. 'Cause we have the ability to protect and provide.
Right.
Because we're designed that way.
Yeah.
And I believe if we do that, we can fill the gaps where it's needed, where there's lack.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So how do we get the pretenders on? Because you're talking about men right now, right?
Talking about men.
But we got a bunch of people out here pretending to be men.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Agree. And for me personally, my answer to that is I'm not talking to them.
Okay.
I'm working with the small group that I got,
Right.
Yeah.
and we're gonna do great things with those small men.
Okay.
We talk about Gideon in the Bible, okay? And just for y'all know who don't know who Gideon is, basically Gideon had a small number he had to get his army down to, and God's like, okay, we gonna use those people and win this war.
Right.
It wasn't the numbers that did the winning. You see what I'm saying? God had the right number of people with the right heart, and they got the job done.
Right.
I believe that same God can work through us same type of men who have the right type of heart to do the thing he called us to do.
Right.
And I believe the pressure of us living in that way can change those people who don't want to be on board. And I think it sometimes takes them seeing it done the right way to make them change.
Yeah.
Because like you were saying earlier, they may not have seen it before.
Yeah.
So they're living the best way they know man in
Right.
their eyes.
Yeah.
Even though there's a better way, they don't know it. We get a chance to model it in front of them, and then they get a chance to be part of the solution.
Okay.
Yeah. And one thing I learned about age, that don't necessarily mean that that person is wise.
No, not at all.
You know, because you got some old fools out there,
Yeah.
and it's kind of what you was hitting on. Those men, I've been around. All you got to do is go to the barbershop. I love
Oh yeah,
going to the
yeah, yeah,
barbershop.
yeah. I know exactly
You go
what
to the
you mean.
barbershop.
'Cause-
For y'all that
And-
can still grow hair.
I'm the type, when I go to the barbershop, I like to, get my hair cut, and I usually just sit, and I usually just kind of close my eyes and relax and just, but I'm listening at all the conversations going on. And a lot of men, they can be my age range, some younger or whatever, and you can just hear all of the foolish conversations going on. And the reason I say foolish is because I'm listening, but he said he's married, but he's running, he's doing this and this and that. So he's not a role model.
That's not a man to me.
That's not a man.
Well, I get you.
You're still talking about chasing
He's a little boy.
women and
Yeah.
things like that. You're not a wise man. And I'm just listening to all the different conversations, and I'm thinking to myself, well, that's why some of the younger men out here are doing the things in these streets that they're doing,
Yeah.
because they don't have father figures,
They don't.
and there's no real men out here teaching these men
Yeah.
the way to go.
Right.
And so I see that, and I'm like, okay, I see. And it was in the shop that you came to,
Okay.
the shop that I go. Young man, the guy, he was probably in his 40s, I would say. And he said, "Hey, OG, man, you got them ways rocking, man. I know you, man. I know them women." This, I'm like, "No, bro." I say, "You see that ring?" I said, "Man, 40 years, man.
Let's go.
40 years of marriage."
Let's go.
I said, "There's only one woman, man.
Yeah.
Since high school, that's her." I say, "No,
dope.
I don't rock like that, man." I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to him or whatever. I'm just letting him know, dude. No, don't. I don't roll like that.
But see, the funny thing is, he's up here actually trying to big you up.
Yeah.
He's giving you props from
Right.
his standpoint.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I see you could be knocking them down the way you look. You
No,
got all
we
your
ain't-
hair.
we ain't doing
your
that.
waves and everything. I know you just fight them off with a stick. He's trying to give you a compliment from the best way he knows how.
Right.
But then you had the opportunity right there in that moment to show him, hey, man, nah, actually, I do this all for one woman, man.
That's it.
And she been dope for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? She get all this right here. All this. You see the hair?
Right.
It's all her. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And now he gets to take from that the experience of saying, hey, man, this dude said that with his chest out, too.
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
said that proud. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I like the way he did that. That may change that man's mind.
Never know.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. All of these conversations matter, is what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
Because you're going to pick up something from things you see and things you hear.
Right.
And either you're going to be a part of the solution or you're going to be part of the problem. And game recognize game at the end of the day.
Right.
We can see when you playing
Mhm.
and when you not. You know what I'm saying? We can really see it.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who do see it, they may not call you out about it, but they're like, all right, I see what the play is.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna involve myself with him because he's playing a role over here.
Right.
But I'm gonna be myself over here and be real.
Mhm.
The bottom line is that I will hope that at a certain age it clicks that your actions, your words, they matter,
Right.
and you can't run from them.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? And you're gonna have to stand up for everything you say and do at some point in time. And the goal is to be comfortable and happy with the outcome of what you said and done, and be like, this is the legacy now that I'll stand on,
Yeah.
Mm.
that I'll model to everybody else around me watching me.
Yeah.
And they'll be better because they've seen my experience. They've heard my words and learned from the mistakes I've made and how to be better so they can do better in their lives.
Yeah.
That's the part that matters, that legacy.
Absolutely. The thing I would tell my sons back in the day, raising them, I'm not your friend. I'm your father. And they knew that, you know.
I like
But
that.
guess what? My oldest son is 40 years old. My
Mhm.
youngest son is 33. So guess what? Now they're all married and got families of their own.
Okay.
So now we can be friends. We can kick it. We can, come over and all that or whatever. And I was a drinking. If I was a drinking man, hey, we can have a beer together. We can
Right.
do this or whatever. But they're grown.
Mhm.
They sit and they have their little drinks and things like that or whatever. But they're at a place now that we can
Yeah.
be like this.
Mhm.
But when I was raising them, I had to be that role model. I had to be that father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of the problems are now is that we as adult men, we want to be these kids' friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not your friend right now.
Yeah.
I can be your friend later in life. Right now, I'm your father.
Right.
I heard my parents saying that growing up, and I used to hate it. I was like, man, what do you mean, man? I'm not asking you to be that. I get what it means now as I'm older.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to do this for you to have a happy time.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm trying to tell you how to survive out of here and be better.
Yeah.
Because one day you're not going to be with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to prepare you for this world out here. And it makes sense now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But I guess that comes with the trust of who you're listening to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like, I see the character of this person talk to me about it. I can trust what they're doing because I see them doing it.
Yeah.
It's one thing for people to say, don't do as I do as I say.
Yep.
That only goes so far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to judge you on your character and I'm going to trust what you say versus what I see
Mhm.
on the regular.
Yeah.
And if that parent isn't doing what they're supposed to do, they are guiding that kid on the wrong way.
Absolutely.
And
Trying
they're going to
be
look to
their
somebody
friend.
else for you to be that role model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that other person may not be a better option.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They may be worse.
Yeah.
So it's like we have the responsibility to make sure that our kids have the best chance of making it out of
That's
here
it.
Right.
and making this world thrive afterwards.
And I can tell you that even when you get to a certain level, where, like I just said, my oldest son is 40 years old. Now, guess what? I'm still his father.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course.
I'm just parenting from a different level. I'm more of an advisor,
Yeah.
because
I
I
agree.
can't tell them what to do. I can't make them do anything or whatever because they're grown. They
Mm-hmm.
can make their own decisions. But they come to me if there's, hey, Dad, what you think about this? And so I'm still a parent. So I'm still giving him guidance because guess what? I was where he was at one place.
Right.
I was an adult, but I was there, and I'm at that. I got a critical decision to make. Well, let me see what my dad feel about this.
Mhm.
And that's what we want to build.
Mhm.
And even the grandkids get to see this. Now we're pouring into them.
Yeah.
And that's the way I feel that our community, it starts in the home. It starts at home.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
I used to tell my kids all the time, I never told my kids they can be whatever they want to be.
Mhm.
Me personally, I think that's a lie.
Mhm.
You're gonna be what you work at being.
I agree with that.
That's just bottom line.
I agree with that.
But you created the environment
Right.
for them to think outside the box, to go and try to achieve anything they want to achieve.
Oh yeah, of course.
I told the men here, it was so funny. My next to the youngest son, this kid was 9th grade, and he said, "Dad, Mom, I think I know what I want to do when I graduate." I said, "What's that, son?" He said, "I want to be a doctor."
Hmm.
Now, it tickled me.
Right.
You know, because it was funny. Because I'm like, come on, dude. Now, right now, you're like a BC student. Every now and then he'll get an A or whatever.
Right.
But the kid was a genius, but it was just his way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? That young man went on about 11th grade or so. It's like that light came on. Nothing but A's, nothing but B's,
Yep.
A's, B's. Went on to college, got that 4-year degree, went on to medical school, and that kid's a doctor today down in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
So, but you know, my wife and I created the atmosphere
Mm-hmm.
for him to not have to worry about how the bills getting paid or whatever. We created a safe place for him at home.
Right.
You know, as a family, that this kid can think outside the box, that I want to be a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna jump on that, man, because like I told you before, I'm from Florida, Miami, right? And having 5 boys, I had to make a decision because I'm from there. I don't have a clean past. You know, I was born, you know, with a single mother, and she did the best she could, right?
Sure.
So with me having boys, I had to make a decision, like you were saying earlier, about changing the environment.
Yeah.
Because I needed to put them somewhere where I had a little bit more control. You know what I mean? And that's what brought me up here because of my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I like that. Man.
Absolutely. I like that.
I didn't want to go,
Yeah.
but because I was comfortable.
Oh, yeah, you're in Miami, man.
Yeah,
you come
you know
to
what I mean?
cold Indiana.
But I'm up here, and now my boys are thriving. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
That is awesome,
My
man.
boy's going to be a pilot.
Let's
so
go.
That's the young man you had at the shop.
yeah,
with
you
that
met him
day.
before.
I
Yeah,
remember. Yes.
He's getting ready to be a pilot.
All right.
So I mean, I think I did the best thing possible.
Oh,
for
man,
him,
you
man.
did an awesome
You know what I
job.
mean? So
Yes.
Well, look, man, I think the conversation's been good. I appreciate what you all brought to the table, man. Just your experience, your wisdom, and helping us to let people know it's different out here.
it is.
All right. And you can make a bad decision, you can make a better decision, but you got to live with either one of those things.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping you all today got something from this conversation today. I think this was very rich. And just know that we want the best for you. That's what this whole podcast is about. We want to build a community of people who are looking to do the right thing, creating resources so that we can be better as a people. Because God uses people to do what he does. You see what I'm saying? And you are part of that solution. So if you got any value out of this conversation we're having here today, I hope you to like the video, share it to somebody, subscribe, man, because we got a whole lot more dope conversations going on here. You don't want to miss this stuff, man, okay? Subscribe, man. We're trying to get our numbers up over here, all right? So from all of us, man, we thank you all for listening. We'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Thank you again for joining us on Disciple Men Podcast. We hope that you got something out of the conversation, that we brought some value to you. We're trying to do something over here, and we need your help to do that. If you could, please like and subscribe. Share the video with a couple friends. We want to make sure to get this word out. Help us men to step up to the road we're trying to do for the family, for God, for the community. We need your support. Look forward to you in the next one.